When did you first see it? Did you see it on your own? Did somebody send it to you? How did it come about?
I started getting phone calls from people and text messages from people going, we saw you on, Facebook where, apparently the first person that told me that she had seen it was from a lady in Ruston, and she looked at it and went, oh, I know her. And then somebody else had seen it and contacted my niece-in-law and said, isn't this your husband's aunt? So it kind of evolved from that kind of thing.
At what point did you actually get to watch have you even at this point seen the full context of the video yet?
I did watch what y'all had on your website, yes.
What was your reaction when you saw it the first time?
Well, first of all, I think he's probably how do I want to put this politically correctly? He's an anti-Trump person, and it's kind of a bashing with that. I understand what he was saying, that there's a lot of correctness in what he did say, that, people today are not going to they're going to have multiple careers. And, yes, technology does evolve and does replace things. Those things were fine. It's just that when he came to, this rant thing about, I don't even know how he got when I said that I spoke to someone in my former office in Shreveport, that he went off on that little tangent. It had nothing, I said nothing derogatory other than I spoke to some people in Shreveport, and he just went off in this, on that tangent. And I had nothing, that wasn't the purpose at all.
As of today, as of right this second, are you upset with John Oliver and HBO?
Yes.
What in particular are you upset by?
I was offended by the fact that he seemed to slam people in Shreveport when it had nothing to do with what I said. Furthermore, when he was talking about pick yourself up, I went on and handed up retiring from AT&T after 25 years. What was to pick up from?
So if you had a chance to talk to John Oliver, is there something that you would want to say to him, or is there something that they could do that would make this right in your eyes?
I think that, number one, they could have, I don't know how, one of my questions is, and I have called their office as well, is to ask them how they could use that video without my permission. I know that at the time that we did it for AT&T, yes, we did sign a release for that. So I don't know whether they got it, if that release then allowed AT&T to release it to him or not, but I was not given any, they did. I will tell you that there was a lady from his office or from somewhere called me Saturday from New York and said that they were using a clip from that video in an upcoming show. At the time, I had never heard of him, and never watched his show, had never knew what he was even about. But that was all she said. We were just giving you a heads up that, we're using a clip of that. I went, okay. But I did not know that he was going to go off onto, I thought the tangent was uncalled for.
If HBO or John Oliver reached out to you, would there be anything they could do to make this right?
Well, I wish they would go back and say that they're, why are you slamming, that there's nothing to slam Shreveport about. I'm afraid to even go to Shreveport. I'm like, okay, so am I going to, is there a sign outside the city that says you're not welcome? I'm being, I'm exaggerating on that. But, it just seems like that he turned it into the fact that, I had nothing, it was like all this stuff about pick yourself up. I finished a 25-year career with AT&T. I retired. So I draw retirement every month from him. So I don't understand why the slamming. And yes, that job did go away. But, I found out, I've had several other jobs within that company. Just like you do. So, yeah, I just thought his rant against Shreveport when he knows nothing about the city, I think he took it totally out of context.
Well, I think the good news is, Lisa, that nobody that I've talked to who has seen the video thinks that you were saying anything against Shreveport in any way. I think that they think you were just kind of there.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, he was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, his language was uncalled for, that kind of thing. And I just felt that it was just, the rant was just not, he just took something totally out of context.
Well, Lisa, thank you very much for taking time with us today, and thank you very much for clearing up your end of the Last Week Tonight viral video.
Okay, thank you.